Hi, I'm Tim Priebe with TNS Web Design in Oklahoma City. Today we're going to look at how to edit and create forms on your WordPress site using the Gravity Forms plugin. To edit a Gravity Forms on your website, such as the form found here on this Contact Us page, simply go to the back end of your site and click on the Forms option. At that point, you'll see a list of all forms on your site. Let's go ahead and click on this form to edit it. Here we can see all the different options for the form, and we start out with the fields that are actually in the form. You can see we have name, email, and subject. Let's say we wanted to add phone number. The first thing we'll want to do is check advanced fields and see if phone is an option. It turns out it is, so we can click on phone up here, and then it adds phone to the end of the form. If instead we want phone to appear between subject and email, we can simply click on it and drag it up. If we click on Edit for Form, it will give us some phone formatting options. Now, it may be that we don't really care how someone specifically formats their phone number. If that's the case, we actually don't want to use this advanced field. Instead, we'll click Delete and click OK. Keep in mind that if you had that on your website for a while, deleting that actual form field will delete any information stored about that field. Let's change to Standard Fields, and we'll go ahead and click on a single line of text. We'll drag that back up to where we had phone number, and we'll click on Edit to actually change it to a phone number. So all we've done here is make just a normal line of text with no validation. It won't check to see if it's a phone number or not. And we've named it phone. Let's go ahead and make it required. If we look in advanced, we can give it a different label on the administrative backside and change a few other things about it. Let's click on Update Form, and then we'll view our new updated form on the website. We can see that now we have phone number in there as well. To edit what the form does after you submit it, you simply go in to the form settings up top here, and you can click on Confirmation. Here you can put the actual text you want it to show, or you can have it send them to a page on your website, or you can send them to a page anywhere, even on another website. The other thing that you can do when a form is submitted is actually send a notification to administrators and possibly to the person who filled out the form. Let's go up here to Notifications. You can see that we already have checked the option to enable email addresses to administrators. Down here we have Send To set to a specific email address. This is where you would actually change the address that your notifications get sent to if this is a contact form, for example. You can also put a comma and add another email address. If you want the email to say it's from a specific person, you can add that here. And you can select who the email looks like it's from. Note that if you have an advanced field with type email on your form, you can select right here to show that it's coming from that email address. You can then specify a subject, and you can only insert certain fields in the email, or you can actually insert all fields in the email. There's also some data about the forms, such as the client's IP address, the date it was submitted, and some other information. Down below, if you check notification to users, you'll have essentially the same options for an email that goes back to users. This is good to provide an auto response to anyone who fills out a contact form on your website. Note that in order to do this notification to users, you do have to have a form field with type email. Gravity Forms also keeps track of all past submissions, even if you received an email. To see those, we'll click on Entries. Here you can see that this particular form doesn't have any entries yet. If it did, you would have a list of all the entries that have been submitted to the form. You do have the option to star specific entries, have them marked as read or unread, and send them to the trash. If we go back to the Forms page, you can see that on our list of forms, it also shows us how many times our form has been viewed, how many times it's been submitted, and the corresponding conversion rate. Conversion, of course, meaning the percentage of entries versus the number when looking at the number of views. If you've created a new form, we can also go ahead and add that to a page. Let's go ahead and create a new page, and we'll add our Contact Us form. Keep in mind that the same form can actually be on multiple pages. We'll go ahead up here by Upload Insert and click on the Gravity Forms icon. There we select a specific form, and in this case I'm going to uncheck the display of the form title and uncheck the display of the form description. When we insert form, we can then preview the page, and we see what the page is going to look like. You can also insert a widget with a form. Keep in mind that depending on your website's appearance, you may not want to insert a form that has a lot of fields into the sidebar. Let's go ahead and drag Form over into the general sidebar. And you can see we only have one form entered in, so it automatically pulled in its title. And we're going to go ahead and leave the rest of this set at the default. We'll go back and refresh our page, and we can see now that the form appears in the sidebar. Thanks for watching. Next time we're going to take a look at how to back up your site using the Backup Buddy plugin. If you're a TNS client, don't forget to give us a call to schedule your Q&A training session. Our number is 405-285-0348.